Sheila Jackson-Lee has been in the news after she stole another passenger's first-class seat on a United Airlines flight, then accused the passenger of racism. But now we're learning who the passenger is, and it's evident she's the furthest thing from a racist you could imagine. The controversy all started when Lee stole a seat from Jean Marie Simon on a flight before Christmas. Simon was on her way home from Guatemala, and she was shocked to discover the Congresswoman in her seat when she boarded the plane. Here's Simon's recollection of the events. Sheila Jackson-Lee, D. Texas, in seat 1A, the one I paid for dearly, and the one United gave to her without my consent and knowledge. Fellow congressman on same flight said she does it repeatedly. View image on Twitter, 12/18. United gave my paid 1S class seat, 1A, on number 788 to Sheila Jackson-Lee. United, not our fault, but as J. L. escorted on by uniformed United B, for pre-board military, babies, disabilities. Fellow congressman said he saw her do it 3x. It's embarrassing. Rep. Sheila Jackson-Lee, DTX, took my United 1A seat, Houston, D.C. on December 18, 17. I was at gate ER with first-class boarding pass, early. She had United wiped my seat, an entire reservation from system. Congressman on plane said he's seen her do it 2x before. Shame on you, of course. Anyone who had their seat nabbed like this would be outraged, and rightfully so. However, rather than fess up to the sickening incident, Lee pulled the only move she really knows, played the race card. I noted that this individual came toward me and took a picture. I heard later that she might have said, "I know who she is." Since this was not any fault of mine, the way the individual continued to act appeared to be, upon reflection, because I was an African American woman. There's just one problem. Simon is a renowned photojournalist and human rights activist. In fact, she spent years in Guatemala documenting human rights abuses in the country, the Washington Times reported. The woman Rep. Sheila Jackson-Lee, accused of racism, is a celebrated photojournalist who helped document human rights abuses in war-torn Guatemala during the 1980s. Jean Marie Simon, whose first-class seat on a United Airlines flight was given to Ms. Jackson-Lee, Texas Democrat, lived and worked in Guatemala during the turbulent decade that saw the military seize control of the government in a coup. Hundreds of thousands of Guatemalans were killed or disappeared during the conflict. Now a teacher, Ms. Simon, 63, is the author of Guatemala, Eternal Spring, Eternal Tyranny, a 2012 blog post on Amnesty International CIDMs. Simon donated 1,000 copies of her book to schools and universities in Guatemala to keep the truth of what happened alive. Some racist. It looks like, yet again, Lee has been busted for being an insufferable sea hag. How she keeps getting elected is a mystery for the ages.